Wait, hold on, time out. It's a new Majin year, that means there has to be a new intro. You guys only saw this intro for a year, but I had this shit saved for about 4 years now, I think. It's time for a damn change. With that said, roll the new intro.
I want you so bad.
What's up YouTube, my name is SuperMajinGod and welcome to a very special video. Welcome to Let's Talk. It's no longer a gaming Let's Play channel, it's going to be a talking podcast channel from now on. If you don't like that, then you can go ahead and fuck right off out of here. I'm just kidding. Did some of you really fall for that? You gullible motherfuckers. Anyways, welcome to my celebration of being on this now shitty website that we call YouTube for 1 whole year. Cannot believe it's been a year already. I was still in college when I made this channel. Damn, time does fly fucking quick. Time is precious. Never let that shit go to waste. Now that sounds cheesy as fuck, but that's also some good life advice, okay? So in this video, we're gonna talk about a lot of things. We're gonna talk about why I made the channel, the future of this channel. We're gonna talk about my other channel that doesn't exist anymore. We're gonna talk about 2017. Logan Paul. We're gonna dive into a little bit of my personal life and how this world is treating me. I'm missing a few things in between, but then we're gonna end it off with a little Q&A and some subscriber shoutouts. I'm absolutely sure that this is gonna be a very lengthy video. It's probably even gonna reach the 1 hour mark because we all know I talk too damn much. Sorry about that. I will put timestamps below of when I change topics. All music used in this video will also be down there. Before we start, in the most recent update video, when I came back, I asked if you guys wanted me to make separate videos about specific topics. I've decided to put all that into this video, so it makes it easier for me. Again, timestamps will be down there below, so make sure to use that. It will become very handy as you continue to watch. Trust me. FYI, this is a talking video, so you don't even have to physically watch. You can just listen to me in the background or something. Alright, as the introduction out of the way, let's get this shit started. Let's start with how this video was originally going to be. I did this with my old channel, we'll talk about that later, where I would do my own version of YouTube Rewind. 2017 YouTube Rewind, by the way, was the worst piece of shit I ever watched. Almost gave me autism with how many times the fidget spinners were overly used. Get a fucking grip, guys. Making me sick thinking about it. Anyways, so what I would do was get a clip from every one of my videos that I made that year and make a montage / highlights type of video from it. But with how many videos I've uploaded, some of them being streams which meant 2 to 3 hours long, that would take forever to one by one watch every video fully just to scan for some funny moments. I would not make it if I did that. So now we're here, just me talking out of my ass. Now some of you might have noticed, some of you might have not, but the channel has changed quite a bit. It's called Evolution. This is not even my final form. I really hope some of you got that meme. Every year on this date, every Channelversary, the channel will get a makeover. The reason for this is because I want this channel to stay alive for a very long time. Maybe not forever, but a very long time. And I thought instead of sticking with the same old shit, I would change it up, have a refresher course every year. So for the most part, everything is changed and looks new. If you go to the channel right now, there's a new profile picture, courtesy of John. That looks clean, doesn't it? God damn, it looks sexy. You also see a new banner, and just like the intro, there's a new outro as well, which I'll show at the end. I've updated my social medias. Even if you go to my Twitch page, the panels are a little different. I want to mention one important thing before I close out on this topic. I know that some of my subscribers, some of you, are artists. So if you want to possibly be a part of next year's evolution, make a new profile picture, a new banner, a new intro even, etc., then by all means, go for it. I will forever be grateful. I'll appreciate you. But I do have a standard. It has to look good. Like really good. I don't want to see it and judge it like it came from an elementary school. Now, if you need some cha-ching, some bling-bling, some cash money to motivate you to make it look professional, then that's no problem at all. But it has to look professional, alright? I can't stress that enough, especially if I'm going to show it off, especially if I'm paying you. Just to keep in mind, I need to see the finished product before pay if we're going to do business. We got to keep this brand looking better and better as time passes by. It's called Evolution after all, so if you're interested in doing that for me, make sure to message me in advance directly / privately on one of my social medias. That includes Discord. Discord is a form of social media, don't forget. And make sure to remember that the deadline for when I need it is a month before the evolution happens, which will roughly be around mid-January. Final thing is that if multiple people are going to volunteer, some competition action, I will pick whatever design looks best to me, but I will show all of them off in next year's video since you guys did go out of your way just to do that for me. So why did I pick this day? Why this day out of all days? Why this specific date to upload my first video? Well, let's get into it. Every specific date that you see on the channel has a significance to it. For example, if you go to the About page on my channel, you can see that I joined and made my account, which is this channel, SuperMajinGod, on October 11th. I made this YouTube account on that specific date because that's the day I got my first PC. The one I'm using right now to make this video and all the videos you've seen, except for the very first few league videos, which I will explain the backstory to that later. Bought bought the computer from a company called CyberPowerPC. You might have heard of them before. When I bought this from them, I had no idea who they were. I know for a fact they were not as popular as they are now. I don't know what happened, but good for them. Good job on you, CyberPower. Now take a second and picture a college freshman, first year, using his financial aid money that's supposed to be for books, but like a savage that he is, decides to buy a PC instead, which usually goes for $1,000 or more. Picture the same person using their credit card online for the first time, stumbling upon this website that is spammed in for sale everywhere on the webpage. Yes, at first, this website looks sketchy as fuck, but like a smart Majin, he did his research and then bought the computer. Now the PC was pricey. I think they charged me extra because I bought an RGB motherboard on accident or something like that, but hey, it was my first time. The blame's all on me. Let's be clear on one thing before we continue. This is not sponsored by CyberPowerPC. I fucking wish. It would mean the world to me if I ever got any sort of sponsorship from anyone except Subway. I do recommend this website and company if you're looking to buy your own PC. They to me are the best out of all the pre-built PC companies that you see online. Better than iBuyPower, better than Origin PC, definitely better than any shitty pre-built PC you can pick up from Best Buy or Walmart. They also have amazing customer service, top fucking notch. Last time I checked, CyberPowerPC was also the cheapest out of all of them, and that's why I picked them out of everyone else. They're affordable. They literally have a sale for every holiday you can think of. They recently just had a Valentine's Day sale. What other company does that? Now for my next PC, I want to build it myself because I heard that's cheaper and I feel like I have more knowledge now than back then. So I'm confident that I can build my very own. Still probably gonna fuck it up though, let's be honest. But yeah, if I decide to buy another pre-built PC, CyberPower is the way to go. I'll leave the link to their website in the description if you guys want to check them out. They are indeed 100% legit. I bet you they have an ongoing sale right now. Go check. I'm not kidding. If you do purchase one of their PCs, please refer me. Please tell them SuperMajinGod sent you. Help your boy out, man. That sponsorship sounds real nice right about now. So let's get back to why I chose this date, huh? I fucking rambled on and did a fucking commercial advertisement for CyberPowerPC. This is the reason why this is a long ass video. I'm truly fucking sorry. So this date, February 24th, is also significant. I'm gonna tell you guys why right now. This is the first time I'm mentioning this in any of my videos. Exclusive announcement. Believe it or not, today is my birthday. Yup, when this video gets uploaded, I'm gonna turn 20. Crazy, right? I don't even sound 20. I sound like a fucking fetus. Now, you guys don't have to, but if you want, y'all can comment down your birthday wishes below. Birthdays don't really mean much to me anymore. When I was younger, of course, but right now it just feels like any other day. Sounds pretty sad, but whatever. So yeah, that's the reason why I chose to upload my first video on this day, because it's my birthday, and it's easy to remember when my 1-year evolutions are for the channel. Speaking of channels, you might not believe this either, but this is not my first YouTube channel. My first ever channel was called Fat Kevin 510. The Kevin part being my real first name, if you guys didn't know. The 510 part is a secret. I can't tell you guys that. Not risking it. It'll give away too much. Now, don't be slick and try to search up this channel I'm telling you about, because it doesn't exist anymore. I deleted it. You have to go off my word. Also, if you think my voice is high-pitched now, imagine that fucking channel. Good lord. So, Fat Kevin 510. Man, I remember it like I just made the channel yesterday. I didn't make the channel yesterday, obviously. I made it on the day after Christmas, December 26th. No specific reason, just got excited and wanted to upload my first YouTube video. It was a Minecraft Hunger Games video that I did with the same 2 people you regularly see on the channel. Yeah, I've been friends with John and AJ for a very long time. I need new friends. I'm just kidding. Fun fact, I didn't even edit my first video. John did. John does. That's an inside joke. Don't think about it too much. John was the one who knew more about video editing than me. He even told me how to record the gameplay footage. I guess you could say he kind of sparked this whole thing. So the only credit I had for my first video was recording and uploading it. He did all the editing by himself. Now, it wasn't a shit ton of editing because we were still young, you know. It wasn't fucking movie production quality. It just had some effects put into it. Nothing special. So after that first video, I became interested. I got hooked on. The idea of just pushing out my own version of gameplay footage was cool to me. Back then, I was a shy motherfucker. I still am, but I'm a little more open now. That sounded fucking gay, but you guys get the point. YouTube helped me overcome a little shyness I had. YouTube did that. Not fucking PowerPoint presentations that I did in high school. Those didn't help me one fucking bit. Actually, it made it worse. I became more shy when I did those stupid presentations. Fuck what bullshit the teachers told me. I think the reason why YouTube helped me more was because when I would share my personality with the internet or with the world, I would share it as a character, right? Which was Fat Kevin 510. Right now, it's SuperMajinGod. If you're on the internet, no one knows who you really are. But when you do them fucking PowerPoint presentations, you have the whole classroom gazing their eyes looking at your ass. That was the main difference to me. So this channel had one theme going for it. At the time, it was based on this one game that was growing in popularity. Can you guess what game that is? I already mentioned it earlier. I'll give you a second. Never mind, we don't have time for that. The game was Minecraft. Minecraft back then was a fucking perfect game. Now the game is just whatever. Every video and thumbnail on that fucking channel was Minecraft themed. For some reason, I cannot for the life of me remember what profile pic or banner I used for the channel, but I'm pretty sure it has something with Minecraft on it. I used to do videos on Minecraft Hunger Games, mini games, custom maps, survival series, all kinds of Minecraft related shit. But then I had to stop. Main reason why was because my laptop broke. Back then I didn't have the money to buy a beefy PC. I also didn't have money to buy any other games at the time. I was a poor motherfucker. Still am to a certain extent, but I think I can manage now. All I had to keep me entertained was that damn laptop. I did all my YouTube videos on that laptop. One day, unfortunately, the laptop overheated. I was pushing out so many videos, grinding my ass off so much, to the point where my laptop was like, nah fam, I give up. So as the laptop died, my YouTube channel did as well. Had to go back and focus on shitty schoolwork. Now of course, I eventually ended up getting a new laptop, but it didn't feel the same. Minecraft would lag on this new laptop because back then I couldn't read computer specs and I pretty much downgraded my hardware. Some time has passed since I made videos, my passion died for it. Simple as that. So I just ended up using the laptop for myself and not for YouTube. Somewhere midway before the channel died, I changed the name to Fat Majin 510 instead of Fat Kevin 510. Guess you can say that's when Majin was born for me. So some time has passed, maybe a year or two since the death of Fat Kevin 510. I wanted to come back because there was a new game that me and my friends got hooked on, and that game was League of Legends. Good old League. The game that can make you feel good about yourself, or the kind of game that can tilt the fuck out of you. Depends on what day you play it. I had so much fun with the game, and at the time I was going through some shit, so I made a channel called SuperMajinGod. Now this isn't the same SuperMajinGod you're seeing right now. Let's refer to it as SuperMajinGod version 1.0. For this channel, I don't remember the specific date of when I made it, or even the day I uploaded my first video on it. I draw a blank every time. Now I made SuperMajinGod version 1.0 for 3 reasons. One was because I wanted to record some League gameplay and show off my skills. 2, I miss making videos. To be specific, I miss the editing part of making videos. I miss the idea of being creative and stupid at the same time. 3rd, I was dealing with depression at the time. We'll expand a little bit on that later when I get to the personal side of the video. So me being depressed, I would say, was why I wanted to make videos again. I'm not depressed anymore, just so you know. Again, we'll talk more about that later. I wanted to get things off my mind. Use YouTube as a distraction from everything that was going on. I have to say, it worked. When I would get depressed, I would go ham on the editing. I edit better when I'm depressed. Sounds weird, I know, but once I get into the editing process, I really get into it, especially when I'm trying to distract myself. Now, I approach this channel very different than the previous one. I wouldn't burn myself out, I would take my time. I uploaded videos whenever I wanted to, whenever I felt comfortable. Now that led to some complications because I ended up deleting that channel as well. I told you guys in the recent update video that I have a bad habit of letting channels die out. I think the main reason for me deleting that channel was because of my depression. I think it got the better of me. I also think I didn't really like how the channel looked. It looked like shit, especially the banner. Oh god, that banner would make you throw up. It was really that bad. But now we're here in the present. SuperMajinGod version 2.0. I cleaned up the banner, it looks a whole lot better than what the fuck that abomination was, and I'm uploading pretty constantly, right? Might not be every day, but it's constant enough. Remember when I said earlier how some of the first few videos you see on here, even the first video was not made in 2017? That's correct. The very first few videos are from SuperMajinGod version 1.0. Now why I did that, honestly I can't tell you, but I'm gonna make some bullshit excuse for you right now. I still love to play League every now and again. League videos are the most fun for me to edit. You're probably saying to yourself, well, if you love to edit League videos, why don't you upload more League videos, bitch? Again, like I said, I like to play League every now and again because the game can really tilt the fuck out of me. Possibly another reason why I just threw those videos out there was because I'm proud of them. In the present, those videos might look and sound stupid because my commentary was whacker than it is now, but it also shows how I changed because I made those videos, like I said, when it was a very dark time for me. It gives me some type of memory and vibe when I watch back those videos. And since it was under the same channel name, SuperMajinGod, why not transfer them over to this new one? Now this channel is, I would say, a combination of both those previous channels because I'm still uploading whenever I want, but at the same time, I'm being consistent enough to the point where it doesn't even look like the channel is going anywhere. And as double backup, I have archive videos saved, so when I do take a break, I can just pop one of those videos out to stay active. Alright, let's move on to why I made this channel. It's kind of in the same category, but it is a different topic. I made this channel for the sole purpose to make your day a little bit better. Back then, when I didn't have money to buy games, I would watch other people play those games for me. 2 main people I would watch was SSOH PKC, or Seamus, and Chocobo Tamer. Nowadays, they're gone, but we do have Jacksepticeye and a bunch of other people doing pretty much the same thing. It was fascinating to see what kind of experience they would have with the game while at the same time making me laugh at their stupid witty jokes. It made me happy when I saw one of the videos in my sub feed, when YouTube actually worked and I was able to see when their new videos would pop up. Now that I have this PC, I can use this tool to do what they did, and that is to play some amazing games, commentate, and make people laugh. Now, I'm not the funniest person in the world, far from it, but I'm trying my best and I want to give it a shot. At the end of the day, when it's set in stone, all I want to do is to give the same enjoyment, the same entertainment that I experienced when I was watching one of their videos. I want you guys to see the game, even if you can't afford to buy it yourself. I just want to make you guys happy, man. That's it. It makes me happy just making these videos, even if no one's watching them. I don't give a shit. I love making them. And no matter how many channels got deleted, the passion for making these videos always came back. That's never changed. Okay, time to get transparent up in this bitch. Let's talk about my life. Now, I don't want to ramble on for too long, and I don't want to give too much detail, so let's start with the best year of my life. 2014, 4 years ago, sophomore, second year in high school. Man, that was some good times. That is the year when I made my first channel, the year that I had the best grades. I even met this girl. She was pretty much the main thing that made that year the best year for me. Nothing can top that year. And when I say nothing can top it, I really mean it. Because the next year, right after that, 2015, became my worst year. I became depressed, laptop broke as you guys know, grades were lower than an old lady's saggy tits, got fatter, developed some health issues, had to see a therapist for some fucking reason. I hated the fucking principal of that school. I hope his fat, bald, black ass gets into a car crash. That rhymed. Don't hate the player, hate the fucking game, bitch. But seriously, fuck 2015. Now, I don't want to get into what made me depressed and shit because that will be too much info. I like to keep my shit private. But I will tell you this. I'm not depressed anymore. But when I did become depressed, I became a whole different person. Me being shy grew so large that I would bottle in all my emotions. Not the greatest idea, but it worked for me. I would also become more aware of my surroundings. I was like stalking everybody, making sure no one really knows what I'm up to, making sure to read their body language, and making sure to read their facial expressions. I became something else when that depression hit. I really prefer to be alone. I still do, and I think the depression somewhat caused that. Now, I absolutely hate when people suggest that since you're depressed or suicidal or have some kind of mental issue, seeking help is the #1 thing to do. Now, to an extent, that's some good advice, but when you say it, it sounds half-assed. Seeking help is not for everyone. If you're like me, the best help you can get is if you leave me alone and fuck off. Because sometimes we need our alone time, okay? Fuck your hotline number, bitch. But that's just me. If you are suffering from depression, whatever the case may be, probably from bullies, parents, whatever, and you need someone to talk to, then go get help. For the people that are pessimists like me and want to be alone, leave us the fuck alone. Sometimes assuming shit will result in you pushing the person to actually kill themselves. You probably gave them the edge they needed. They just needed a reason to. It's that easy. In fact, it's too easy. But enough of this depressing bullshit. Let's move on to the next year, 2016. Now, I would describe this year as a year of fakery. Now, I think this is the year where the word fake became more popular because this is the year where everyone just lied to each other. And if I'm not correct, it's when Trump became president, making the phrase fake news a thing. So yeah, this is the year where we all started hating each other. Now, when I said that I became more aware of everything because of depression, I really meant it. You won't believe how many times I caught someone lying. You won't believe how many times I saw someone that was fishy. These different facial expressions of everyone lying to each other in the school, unbelievable. Now, of course, I confess I had to lie too to keep my depression a secret. I was a part of the problem, but it was so bizarre to see how many lying fake snakes that were around me at the time. I don't really have much high school friends anymore. I wonder why. 2017, last year, the year of sensitivity. To me, 2017 was a good year, not the best year, but I would consider 2017 to be one of the better years I've had. By the way, 2016 was a hit or miss. I really didn't care for 2016. Now, for the rest of the world, to the internet at least, 2017 was by far the worst year in recent history. And I can see that. In the US side of things, Trump is president. I don't really care for politics, so don't even bother with me. I'll shut your ass down real quick. We had a shooting in Las Vegas. Chester Bennington from Lincoln Park died. That's the worst one in my opinion. 2 humongous fires in California, one in the north and the south. It was like Mother Earth was on a mission to get rid of this fucking state. I live here, bitch. Fuck off. Also, Korea with the bombing threats. There's probably a bunch of little horrible things that I missed because they don't get recognition, but the point is, 2017 was a bad year. Personally though, for me, I've done a lot of things this year. This was probably my most productive year. So let's start off with the beginning of 2017. I dropped out of college. Reason for it? Didn't like school. Now, for the most part, I've always been a nerd at school. I'm your typical Asian nerd, good at math type stereotype, getting the highest grade and all that. But as I grew older, and as the years passed on by, I started to get bored at school. The teachers started to become more stupid, because the generation before mine's had to look for a job, and some of those retards thought it was a good idea to become a teacher. They couldn't teach for shit, especially in college. They just needed a decent paycheck. Don't get me wrong, there were some good teachers that did their job, but there were some real stupid motherfuckers. So the combination of a bad teacher not teaching me anything, barely knowing how to get my homework done because I wasn't getting taught for the material, my boredom, Me having to spend money to commute over there, and the fact that I had to spend more money for this so-called education made me drop out. Another thing to add to all of that, as if it wasn't enough, I wasted so much money on textbooks that we barely used. I thought for a very long time that I would regret making that decision, but I'm really glad I did. A little part of me wants to go back, of course, but I would be way behind compared to other people in my class, and honestly, I don't feel like doing homework. I never thought in my life I would never finish school. I always thought I would go all the way, but look where we are now. That's life. Fast forwarding a couple months into the year, during the summer of course, you guys knew what I was doing, making them videos. Then I got my first ever job. Now honestly, I don't want to consider this as my first job because I literally only was there for a week. And since we're being transparent, and some time has passed since then, the job I applied for was UPS. Yes, the delivery shipping package company. I applied for a position called unloader, which was a simple job. Go into a truck full of boxes and unload them onto a conveyor belt. Now, I'm not going to dive deep into the hiring process. I'm going to go ahead and leave that for another video if you guys want, because if I did that, honestly, this video would never end, alright? We have to cut some boundaries here and there. So, UPS unloader. Fast paced, able to lift a certain amount of pounds, basically manual labor is what I was looking into. I thought this was really the best job for me because I wanted a job where I can work out at the same time. Since I'm fat, having a job where it was hardworking, I could get paid for going to the gym. Basically, a free gym membership with extra benefits. Thought it was perfect. The reason why I was only there for a week was because I learned that they only cared about speed. Now, I'm about strength and power. I'm a big boy, alright? Actually, I would say I even move faster than average fat people. Catch me racing another fat bitch on the street, I would run laps around that motherfucker. But that's besides the point. Now, UPS has this policy where if it's over a certain amount of pounds, make sure to set it to the side and don't bother lifting it. I would be the only person who was able to lift those heavy ass packages, and they gave me shit for it. Now, I get it, look. They're trying to watch for my health, make sure I don't fuck around and break my neck doing all this heavy lifting, but I can lift them, no problem. I know my limits. That's part of the reason why I left, was because speed is key and not power is key. I didn't like how we would only get one break and it was only 15 minutes. I found out later that this job also paid like shit. It just didn't equal to the amount of manual labor we were doing. It didn't make sense to me. The breaking point of it all was when my trainer told me to work an extra day of sweating my fat ass off. Usually I would take this offer, but you can't simply ask the new guy to come in on an extra day for this kind of work. We're talking about non-stop moving your entire body. We're talking about unloading a big ass truck with a shit ton of packages in 10 minutes or less. That's crazy. So he asked me to come in an extra day the next day. I said okay, and when the next day came, I slept in. I rested my sore ass body and never showed up. Call me a pussy if you want, you go ahead and work there. Good luck. Have fun taking painful showers. I couldn't even wipe my ass. Then we transitioned to my next job. Now, unlike UPS, I really like this job. It's a shame that I had to quit. I applied to Target. You know that retail store that has that logo with the big circle with the dot inside of it and their mascot being that stupid Target dog? Yeah, that retail store. Now, transitioning from UPS to this was a huge fucking difference. Easiest job in the world in comparison. This was my first time being in the retail scene. Like I said in the update video, it was not a bad experience. Worst experience that made me quit was with the boss, or in Target terms, the LOD. LOD for Target stands for Leader on Duty. They basically watch over all the employees during their shift. They don't even do any work. All they do is walk around being bitchy and pissy. If you read Target stories about LODs, they've all been negative and I thought it was all fake news. But until this happened, I guess the stereotypes were true. Target LODs can suck a dick. A little bit off track, but there was this one Target LOD that didn't even speak. Usually if you're LOD, you're supposed to communicate with the team. She was like a fucking ghost who never opened her mouth. She had this angry expression all the time. I don't know what the fuck was wrong with that bitch. Anyways, let's talk about this other bitch LOD that pissed me off, that made me quit. So it was just another regular fucking normal day. I came into work, clocked in, do the regular thing that I do, make customers happy, yada yada yada. Maybe 2 hours later into my shift, LOD calls me up. Hey Kevin, do some go backs for me. Go backs are exactly what you think they are. Items that need to go back to the shelves, need to be stocked back up. So this LOD asked me to do go backs for other departments. I worked in electronics, and she wanted me to do some other person's dirty work because I think they were on lunch or some shit. Remember, I take my job very seriously because I get paid for it, and I was a very hard worker. I was also very fast at doing things because of the previous UPS job. So I finished one cart of go-backs in like 10 to 15 minutes. Right after that, a customer needed help. They were impatient and kept pressing the fucking stupid customer service button, and someone had to get to them in under a minute. No one was responding, and LOD was asking if anyone could get it. I said, sure, I'll get it. Again, it wasn't my department. After I was finished helping the customer, LOD called me again to do 2 more carts of go-backs. I rolled with it, finished both of them in 20 minutes. Both of them, 2 carts full of stuff. Then LOD gave me specific instructions to do. It was to clean up 10 aisles and make sure they looked nice. Every item on the shelf was pulled forward. In Target terms, this was called zoning. She wanted me to zone 10 aisles in like 30 minutes. I said, okay, pretty straightforward, I'm used to this. This is what I'm regularly supposed to do. Especially since I was closing that night with another coworker. So 5 minutes has passed, and she comes back to check in on me. I was like, okay, there's no fucking way that I'm done, but she came back just to tell me to touch up the front of the aisles. So I did that, touched it up, and went back to my zone. 5 minutes later, again, she calls me on the radio to check up on how I'm doing. I had no other response but to say it was good. I mean, it was only 5 fucking minutes, and I was going as fast as possible. Again, 5 minutes later, she calls me on the radio to tell me that she's gonna check my zone. Now, since I was going fast as fuck, boy, I was obviously gonna miss some shit to touch up. At this point, I was on like the 5th or 6th aisle. I thought I did pretty fucking good. So she pulled me to go back to the first aisle, and you know what that bitch said? She said I didn't do shit. She said I didn't even touch the fucking aisle. She said I was lazy the whole time. So she gave me this little lecture, and she said, and I quote, "Kevin, if you're not gonna do anything, then I'm just gonna send you home." She sent me home. I'm just standing there confused as fuck. She did ask me if I was confused. Oh, I'm confused, bitch. I'm real confused. Then she proceeds to tell the coworker that was supposed to close with me to take over and do everything by himself. I felt bad for him later on, but I was so fucking pissed and confused, I didn't know what to fucking think. You know that situation where you have an argument with someone and you could have said some valid points, but those points didn't come until after the argument was over? Yeah, that was me. That was this. When I got home, everything came back to me. I had a huge response to all of this bullshit, but it was too late. But since we're here is my argument to that LOD bitch. Her main point was that I didn't do shit. 2 hours since I got there, I've been doing work for other fucking departments. I was not even where the fuck I was assigned to be at. I was away from my area, basically the whole shift. I was with that LOD bitch for 90% of the time I was there. I was the fastest employee to finish those go back cards. If anybody else did those, they would have taken over an hour. I'm the one who helped that customer when no one else wanted to respond. I forgot to mention this part earlier. I'm not bullshitting, but on that same day, there was this hobo that needed help paying for something. Guess who chipped in? Guess who used his own fucking money out of his own fucking pocket to pay for a customer? A homeless customer at that. Me. Doing a good fucking deed would make you think I would get some good karma back, but then I get this shit handed back to me. I hope that homeless fuck rots in hell. You became homeless, you played yourself.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
You fucked yourself over, you don't get sympathy from me. When LOD first came back to check up on me to clean the front of the aisles, I did that in less than 2 minutes, but you know, she didn't bother to even mention that when she claimed I didn't do shit. Speaking of aisles, she wanted me to do 10 fucking aisles in 30 minutes. Normally, that's not a problem for me. What is a problem for me is when she keeps calling me on the fucking radio checking up on me every 5 minutes. How the fuck am I supposed to get any work done when she keeps bugging me? To add to that, she didn't even once bother the other coworker. She never checked up on him, not one fucking time. And she said 30 minutes, right? She came back to me in like 20 minutes, maybe even less than that. Another important fact was what time this bullshit occurred. It was 7 o'clock, almost 8. The store closes at fucking 11. There was so much time to get this shit done, but I guess it was a great idea to send me home and have only one person close instead of 2. Especially when customer traffic dies down around 9 or so. That's a smart business plan right there. So that's my argument. Tell me what you guys think. I mean, I could have gone back to work the next day, but I didn't feel like dealing with that shit, especially if she was going to be LOD again. If I kept going back to work, she would always keep her eyes on me, and every time if I would see her, I would remember that day, and the anger would start to build up. Just like right now, I'm just pissed off talking about this whole situation. I met some cool people over there, man. All my coworkers were always happy to see me because they knew the work would get finished when I was there. The funny thing is, as I'm looking for jobs right now, they still have the position I signed up for online. So it goes to show that they need more help. They needed my help. Too bad. I'm never going back there ever again. You're lost. By the way, this is really off topic, but she was Asian. She was an Asian too. For her being an Asian, she's pretty fucking stupid. And if you happen to stumble across this video, stupid Asian bitch, you know who you are. You remember my voice. I hope that you have gonorrhea. I hope you have AIDS. I hope you have all the STDs because you look like you fuck for money outside of work anyways. You fucking whore. I hope you walk into traffic and a car hits you full speed 100 miles per hour. Probably then it wouldn't be fast enough to kill you. Burn in hell, bitch. Probably got carried away a little bit there, but I wasn't lying when I said I was angry. Earlier, I said 2017 was a year of sensitivity. What I mean by that is that this world, this fucking society, has gotten really soft, especially in 2017. I don't know why people are so goddamn sensitive. You think having gay marriage being illegal in some states would mean people should have more balls, but it just seems to be the opposite. Everyone's a fucking pussy. I've never seen so many riots until 2017 came by. I've never seen people get offended by memes. Fucking memes until 2017 came by. I've never seen so many feminists coming out the woodworks until 2017 came by. The whole PewDiePie Nazi thing, the whole PewDiePie saying the N-word thing, advertisers leaving YouTube over one fucking guy. Like, are you fucking serious? Speaking of the N-word, I hate sensitive black people who get into a fit and call everything racist when someone says that word. I also hate people who have to bring up race and put it into everything, and most of the time, it's the sensitive black people. That's gonna piss a lot of people off, but guess what? You're proving my point, you sensitive bitch. It's only offensive to say that word when you use it as a racial slur. Not everyone uses it as a racial slur. Now, for the people who do intend it to use it as a racial slur, fuck them. But there's a difference. There has to be context behind the word. It depends on how you fucking use it. It's kind of like how the word faggot is. It used to be extremely offensive to call someone a faggot back then. Now we mostly use it as a reference to substitute words like asshole, piece of shit, etc. Why the fuck does the N-word have so much power? It's because you give it power. Think about that. I also truly believe that 2017 to the present, everyone gets butthurt over everything, especially the small shit. Grow some balls, clean the sand out of your vagina, stop being a little punk ass bitch. 2017 also gave birth to some of the dumbest people on the planet. YouTube rap battles? Fucking disgusting. Even Taylor Swift got in on the shitty trend, made her already shit music shittier. Alright, maybe that's a little harsh, but Rice Gum? KSI? Why are they relevant? Jake and Logan Paul, the whole family can suck a dick. If you call them entertainment, you need some special help. For reals, go get help. Eat a Tide Pod, drink some bleach or something. We don't need your stupidity in this world. There's enough of it as it is. We don't need fucking more of it. YouTube in 2017 had all kinds of clusterfucks. Let's go ahead and end the 2017 discussion here. Now 2018, the present. I don't know what to categorize this year yet because obviously it just started, but I hope I don't label it as a bad year when I make this kind of video again next year in 2019. Ironically, the year did not start off so good for the channel and myself. I started 2018 with the stomach virus. Now this shit has a lot of names. It can be considered as food poisoning, the stomach flu, and or the stomach virus. I'm just gonna refer to it as the stomach flu for now. So this pain right here is the absolute worst feeling ever. The type of pain I wish upon all my enemies. Now I'm 99% sure that the Subway sandwich I ate that day was the cause of it, simply because that was the only thing I ate. Fuck you, Subway. From this point on, for you sensitive people, it might get a little disgusting, just a little, because I'm gonna describe this shit in full detail. You've been warned. So I woke up at 3 in the morning, having pains in my stomach. Now I'm just thinking this is normal. I usually have to take a shit every now and again, not usually at 3 a.m. though, but it felt like a normal constipation issue. That's when I had to keep getting up every 10 to 20 minutes. Now mind you, I still had work to go to, and I didn't want to miss a day over a small stomach ache. If only it was a small stomach ache. The pain grew worse around the 5th or 6th time I had to get up. Keep in mind, nothing was coming out of my asshole. It was just severe stomach pain. By the 7th time of me having to get up, I'm just estimating by the way, I felt the need to puke. Now I hate puking. I can't stand the fact of food coming back through my throat and esophagus and out of my mouth. That's just gross. I've puked in the past when I was younger, but I never want to experience that again. So I tried my best not to puke, but by doing that, it started coming out the opposite end. Massive diarrhea. I was shitting my pants. I was literally shitting my pants every 2 seconds. It was wet liquid shit too, if y'all wanted to know. Stomach was hurting like a motherfucker. It was out of control. I couldn't even sleep because the pain and shitting myself to death would wake me up. I had to ask my mom to do the laundry twice. That's how many times I shed on myself. It was fucking horrible. The pain that I had in my stomach, oh how the fuck do I describe this? Let's pretend I'm a woman for a second, and I'm pregnant, right? The baby in my womb is literally sucking the life out of me through a damn straw. It felt like my intestines, my kidneys, my livers, my insides were getting fucking sucked up. Or it was like someone fisting my asshole so deep and started pulling my body apart. There was this one point where the pain was so bad and I tried to sleep it off. When I closed my eyes, I teleported to outer space and saw an ugly alien spaceship hovering over my bed. It legit replaced my fucking ceiling. I was like, what the fuck was I smoking? Man, it was crazy, and man, was it bad. While all this severe pain was going on, I was trying to figure out how to cure this shit because I wanted to go back to work. I didn't want to get fired. We all know how that bullshit turned out, huh? Some of you are probably confused. Yeah, I kind of went out of order a little bit. I did get the job in 2017, but I had to quit in 2018. Hope that clears some things up. Now back to the story. Water didn't help, couldn't eat shit because that would make it worse. You know what fucking cured that shit? Drinking some Gatorade. Legit. After one bottle, I was almost back to normal. Trust me, this process was slow, but it somehow fucking worked. I stopped shitting myself, the pain was gone, my shit was becoming solid again. It was weird. I sat there in pain for 3 straight days, and to stop all this shit was to simply gargle down a sports drink. Fucking unbelievable. You probably think I'm a fucking pussy, but until you feel this shit, you shut your damn mouth, because when you feel this pain, I will laugh at you hysterically until I burn all my fat calories and become an anorexic bitch. Willie, one of my subs here on the channel, said breaking a bone is worse. I'd rather have a broken arm or leg than to deal with that shit. I had stomach aches before, but this was in a league of its own. Can't believe we're here already, but you know we gotta talk about Logan Paul, right? At least a little bit. I'll try to go through it as fast as possible because he makes me sick to my stomach. At first, I thought he was the better out of the two brothers because Jake Paul did some stupid shit last year, but man, they come from the same stupid parents, so it's not even a surprise. So Logan Paul went to a Japan suicide forest and he filmed a dead body. We all know the story by now. If you don't know anything about this fucking story, where the fuck have you been living at? And you should be glad that you don't know the story. What disgusts me the most, and for everyone, is when he went up to the body and took a selfie with it. I think he took multiple selfies, if I'm not correct. That's the most inhumane shit ever. Who else would do that than a rich white boy? Shit's ridiculous. But as mad as I am at Logan Paul, I'm more upset with YouTube. They didn't do shit. In fact, they put it in trending. They keep denying it, but we all know the trending page on YouTube is for the most part rigged, at least nowadays. They handpick videos to put on there. They couldn't make it more obvious. They really pissed me off when they stated in a tweet, not even a video on their own platform, but in a fucking tweet, stating that they took action. You're a real funny comedian, YouTube. You're real funny. You should do some stand-up comedy. You should do, really. I'm being serious. No, I'm not. Go fuck yourself. By now, YouTube did have some sort of action against Logan Paul, but it's not gonna last long. He'll be back to making money very soon because they kiss his ass too much. The other thing that pisses me off more than Logan Paul himself is his dad, or I guess his family in general. There was a video circling around where his dad called the people who were criticizing Logan for posting the suicide video haters.
Because, you know what's crazy, is the haters think they're having an effect on us, and if the haters knew how much love was out there and how much support was out there, they'd shut their freaking mouths. The haters will never, ever have an effect on the Paul family in the way that they want to make it happen.
What the fuck is wrong with you? You think you're hip now? You think you're with the modern age? Are you trying to fit in? Go back and sit on the couch that your rich-ass sons bought you, you white bitch-made faggot. My dead great-grandma can come up with a better insult and argument than haters. Just stop talking and go into a retirement home early. Please, for the love of God. Logan Paul did make a response, I guess, to the suicide video. A lot of people forgave him, and I'm not talking about his cringy fan base either. I was like, are you serious? In the actual video, I believe, or it was in some kind of article, he legit said, I didn't realize people who commit suicide kill themselves. You're gonna really believe him on that, word for word. Maybe we should name 2018 as the year of stupidity. It's gonna be funny if that's what I'm gonna reference it as in next year's video. So people did fall for it and thought he was a changed man until his next few videos where he filmed a dead rat and shot at it. Good job to everyone who was stupid enough to fall for his shit. You deserve a Tide Pod. I'm just gonna end the discussion with this because I'm tired of talking about him. Logan Paul is, and I quote, a necrophiliac. He has a weird fetish for dead things that were once living. He needs some fucking help, and so does his fan base. One thing I want to mention about 2018 are the memes so far. They are absolutely terrible. The Tide Pod meme is not even funny. It's a bootleg version of the drinking bleach meme. In fact, I feel like it's the censored version of that. The Uganda Knuckles meme is the most retarded thing I've ever seen or heard in my life. It is terrible. It's not meme material. It's just not. The Don't Touch My Spaghetti meme is decent, but still is not that good of a meme. We as an internet community can do so much better than this. So much better. Alright, let's get into that Q&A. I wonder what kind of questions you guys got for me. All of these questions will be coming from Discord, because that's the only social media platform where there's activity going on. The first one being from Magical Brush. Do you still love me? Damn, man, it's been a hot minute since I've seen your fine ass, but gay jokes aside, I don't know, bro. It's been forever since we spoke. We kind of live far off from each other now, but do I love you? Sorry, but I think I gotta have to put you in the friend zone, cause you just a homie. Next question is for 3x33. What was your favorite video game? Now this is a very hard question because there are thousands upon thousands of different fucking games. I'm gonna answer this two ways. My all-time favorite Dragon Ball game was Dragon Ball Z Budokai 3 for the PS2. Not Budokai Tenkaichi 3, straight up Budokai 3. No other iteration can replace or top that masterpiece. Now a lot of people say Tenkaichi 3 is the best one. It's pretty good, I have to admit, but for some reason, I can't ever let go of the regular Budokai. There is just some sort of nostalgic feeling I get when I boot that shit up. Maybe also the fact that it's a true 2D fighting style kind of game as well. Now if we're talking about first ever favorite game I've played, we're going way back to Donkey Kong Country 2 Diddy's Conquest for the SNES or Super Nintendo. That's like way back in the day. If we were to keep it more modern, I'm gonna have to go with GTA 4. I never thought a GTA game would be this good. This was the first GTA with high-end graphics and it was so modernized to society. It hits all the good spots. It feels like you can do anything in that fucking game. We got a few questions from Willie P here, one of them which has already been answered, so I'm just gonna skip that one. Willie, make sure to look at the timestamps if you missed that part of the video, but I'm gonna go ahead and start with, will you be editing more heavily in future videos such as compilations? Compilations are a tricky subject, which makes this a tricky question. The only compilation type of videos I have on the channel is the League of Legends videos. Why I say it's tricky is because it really depends on the type of game I'm recording. Usually, it's easy to grab funny moments when you're playing multiplayer games with your friends because there's more content there than, let's say, a single player game where you're by yourself just focusing on the story and taking a more serious approach to it. So to answer that question, it depends what kind of games I'm going to end up playing for the channel. Your next question is, what new games are you planning to show off on your channel? I was planning to show you guys Dragon Ball FighterZ, but the more I played it, the less interesting it became. It keeps losing its replay value, the story is lackluster, it's starting to lose its magic touch on me. As in general, none of the games coming out are that interesting to me. There's not really much hype to them. Every time I watch a new game trailer, I'm just like, meh, it's not really impressive, and for the most part, the games being teased are console-only exclusives, so I would have to buy a PS4 or an Xbox to even play them. One game that I do have in mind, that I see popping up here and there, is Kingdom Come Deliverance, which seems pretty cool, so I might look into that. Keep in mind that for a new series to arrive at the channel, it has to replace something, which means I have to finish either Dishonored or Batman, because I don't want to clog up my channel with a shit ton of series to the point where I can't keep up. That's why Black Ops 1 campaign is a side project. Remember that series? Yeah, I'll get back to it, just give me some more time. I don't know what new games will be on the channel for sure, but there will always be room for more. I always take suggestions to what games you guys want me to play, so if you request it, I'll get to it. Eventually. Daniel has a bunch of questions. Holy shit. Favorite meme? Oh man, this is hard. Why you gotta do this to me? You know what? I hate to admit it, but I think the Donald Trump memes are pretty fucking good. Hate me all you want. The wall jokes to the worst trade ever, they're nice. The Drake meme, who would win, and also instructions unclear are all quality memes. They're pretty fucking top notch. Favorite Dragon Ball character? My guess is Boo or Vegeta. Good guesses, but some of y'all gonna be heartbroken. My favorite character in the Dragon Ball series is not Majin Buu. Not even the different forms of him. It's actually Broly. You know the legendary Super Saiyan that screams Kakarot 24/7 with green hair and is buffer than my left arm I use for masturbating? Yeah, that guy. Now don't get it twisted. I'm talking about the real Broly, not that feminist knockoff that's a disgrace to his name and lore from Super. Fuck that bitch, okay? For a lot of people, Broly was never canon. That's why they made Kale. Stupid bitch. If you want to split between canon and non-canon, then I will have to say Majin Buu. Another reason why I chose Majin Buu to be the mascot of the channel is because, let's face it, before Super existed, Broly was OP as fuck. It was an unfair pick, so I had to go with Majin Buu. A fat blob that was capable of destroying everything. At the time. Favorite YouTuber? You know what? I haven't been watching a lot of gaming YouTubers. Jacksepticeye was there at one point, but I'm not really into Subnautica that much, and that's literally all he's posting. It's that kind of game where it would be fun to play, but not fun to watch. You get what I'm saying? Also, I think someone wants me to play Subnautica on the channel. It's on my list. Don't worry. So for favorite YouTuber right now, I've been watching a lot of the Hodge twins. Their channel is definitely not for kids. But if you want a special kind of humor and you want entertainment, that is the channel for you. We're going the opposite way. Most hated YouTuber. Oh, by far, Jake Paul and Logan Paul. I'd rather watch Rice Gum, but that's not saying much. Moving on to greater and better things. Will you ever do a face reveal? I would happily show my face, but I don't have a webcam, and if I did have a webcam, I need a better background. So it's highly possible that in the future, I will show my face. Can't tell you guys when, because I don't know myself. Also, let's be honest, if I want my channel to grow, I have to show my face. That's just what the trend is nowadays. People are into faces. Fucking freaks. I will give you guys something for free though. I recently changed my Instagram and personal Facebook profile pictures, so here, you can see the back of my head. You're welcome, fucking freaks. Last few questions are from 3x33 again. When did your YouTube channel start getting popular? I don't know if you were here, but my channel got popular the instant I started streaming Terraria. Don't know why, it just happened. Nowadays, my channel is in a stalemate, which is great. Last question, what gave you the inspiration to name yourself SuperMajinGod? I wouldn't go as far to say it was an inspiration, but it was one hell of an idea. Basically, when Dragon Ball was starting to come back, specifically the movie Battle of Gods, the term Super Saiyan God was everywhere and everyone thought that was the coolest fucking thing ever, myself included. So why don't I just replace the Saiyan part with my favorite character, Majin. Majin is, I'm pretty sure, some sort of form because Majin Vegeta existed, so in any way, SuperMajinGod doesn't sound that stupid to me. I think that's actually the most clever thing I've ever came up with. I know. I'm a genius. Thank you to everyone who provided me with a question, but we're going to close this long ass video off by talking about the results of my channel in the past year. Now you probably heard this from me a bunch of times before, but when I started SuperMajinGod version 2.0, I didn't expect to get over 100 subscribers. Nearly 200 even on the same damn year. That is amazing to me. As I said before as well, this is also my biggest, most successful channel. I never imagined that I would start streaming so soon because I thought my internet was too shit to stream, but I still fucking did it, and I'm proud of that. I mean, my internet's still shit, but I don't give a fuck. That's how I met most of you guys too, through streaming. This channel would have never made it this far if it wasn't for you guys, and I strongly stand by that. That's why I'm gonna give some love back. I'm gonna give some shout outs to the subscribers who stuck with me this whole way through, especially when I took that 2-month break. Starting off with Cena. You've been here since you got here, and I appreciate that. Now you do piss me off sometimes with your smart ass attitude, even when you're fucking dumb and wrong most of the time, but I can let it slide. For now. Just don't spoil any more games for me, you piece of shit. Purple, you're a big supporter of my Dishonored series, always leaving a like and a comment, appreciate that big time, thanks for the ongoing support, man. Shockin' Plays, or formerly known as Big Boy once upon a time, you've always been here, always chatting in the Discord, maybe a little too much. Just saying. I gotta give Ollie a shout out as well, even though he only says fuck John and that shit gets old, still gonna mention him, because he pops up here and there every now and again. Now I know I'm missing some people, but these next 3 are very important. These next 3 have been my top supporters, 2 of them being my YouTube mods, and 1 of them being my Discord admin. They are Daniel, who's my first mod and still is, Pumpkin, and Willie P. These 3, without a doubt, are the best people I could ever have on this channel. Now I was supposed to pick the best mod of 2017, and they were supposed to get a reward for me, but I couldn't choose. So all 3 of them are getting something. If you guys are watching this, I will contact you guys in Discord, maybe Pumpkin on Twitter, but just make sure to look out for my message. One more big announcement is that when this video gets uploaded, Daniel will officially become an admin on the Discord server. Now Daniel, you've been good to me, so don't make me regret this decision. Since these 3 are my best supporters, time to reverse this shit, which means I will leave Willie and Daniel's YouTube channel in the description. Make sure to subscribe to their channels. Also, make sure to follow me on my social medias and to click on that bell icon if you haven't already. I want to thank every subscriber I have. I want to thank everyone who liked the Facebook fan page. Don't understand how we got that many likes, but thank you. I was actually going to delete the page after making this video, but I keep seeing the likes go up every day, so I'm just going to keep it up. Lastly, I want to thank everyone who stuck with me through this whole video. If you made it this far, comment down year of the Majin so that I can see who was really paying attention. Here's to another year on YouTube. See you guys next video. SuperMajinGod out.